course, in studio, I have Phil Denny, who's also known as a passionate and soulful singer. He's a performer. He is a saxophonist, and he's in the country for the Jazz Under the Stars that is going to be going down. He's one of the artists that are going to be performing. And of course, Christine is one of the organizers, and she'll be telling us more about that. But before we get into the interview, I want to hear what Phil can do for us. That is Phil Denny from the States. Hi, Phil.
How are you?
Is this your first time in Kenya?
This is.
It is?
Yes.
Karibu. This means welcome in Kenya.
Thank you.
This is actually our winter season. So if you felt the cold, this is actually winter here in Kenya. So
a bit cool this morning.
Yes, we're suffering actually. So tell me, when did your passion for jazz begin?
Passion for music actually began, I would say, probably just going into high school at a very early age, probably right around 15 years old, and exposed to music at a young age through the public school system back in Michigan in the United States. And studied privately and listened to a lot of music growing up. So really just music caught my ear at a young age. And while certain people were listening to hip hop, pop, and rap, I was listening to all of that too. But I had a collection of smooth jazz and traditional jazz in my library.
All right. So. But as I was reading about your profile, you were in mortgage. This was something totally different from music. How was the transition for you, getting from that kind of job now to getting into music and starting off in such like?
Yeah, well, I graduated with a degree in business administration and finance. So the finance business and the mortgage industry sort of came somewhat natural to me. I had a business partner at the time, and it seemed to be a good fit post-college. Playing music all along, but then at some point I realized, maybe I have an opportunity to really go forward and pursue my passion, and that's a decision I made 4 years ago.
Okay. So. Jazz Under the Stars, Christine.
Yes, Brenda.
The first edition was amazing. Tell me what was so amazing about it.
I think everybody was just wowed by the excellence in delivery. The sound was awesome. The ambience was awesome. The food, and then just the choice of venue, Windsor. It was just really awesome. So this year we decided, okay, if you were impressed by that, this year we're going to even wow you even more. And then just the number of VIPs that attended last year, we were very impressed with that. We had the who's of Kenya in government, corporate Kenya, international companies, embassies. So we're just hoping to do it bigger and better this year again.
Okay. Yeah. About the lineup, a lot of artists are going to be there, including Phil Denny. Correct. How did you decide? This year we're going to be bringing Phil Denny to perform for us.
I knew this question.
I'd like to know too.
I knew this question was going to come up. What we're doing with Jazz Under the Stars is promoting excellence. So there are always big names in jazz and all that. We know we can bring them and everybody would have a good time, but we're looking for just pure talent. And in our research, we found Phil Denny and Phil Denny, and that's how we just contacted him randomly and just did a little research and did a reference checks, and everybody was just saying this is an excellent performer.
Okay.
Aaron Rimbui, we were hoping he would perform last year, but he was not able to. So we're looking for the cream of the crop. If you think about it, as far as talent, Brian Mugenyi from Uganda is also upcoming, really great talent, and obviously the National Youth Orchestra. Most of us don't know about the National Youth Orchestra, but they do classical music, the bars and the jazz music and all that, and we're just helping them, through this event to just give them exposure and just show Kenyans what talent we have in Kenya.
Okay. Yeah. Phil, your album last year, Crossover, did very well. It did good. I was like, okay, this guy is really good. So what do you do before you start performing? Do you have a ritual that you do every time before you go on stage, or you go to the studio and record and whatnot? Yeah,
at some times there are certain rituals that I practice, but really it's just about, getting in the right mood and for me, it's once I see and interact with the people, I'm sort of at peace with myself. oftentimes people will say, "Are you nervous about performing?"
Yes. Do you go
But,
to a corner and sit and
you know,
sit by yourself?
not usually. I really don't mind, you know, the interaction with people or even the band before a performance. So that's really kind of what fuels me. That's what provides the energy for the show. And then once I'm out on stage, it's like I'm home and I'm ready to go.
Okay. So when they contacted you and they're like, "Want you to come and perform in Kenya," what were your first thoughts, instincts?
Actually, my first thought was, let me make sure that this is, you know, a valid request.
I know you're like, "Huh?"
So,
He did that.
you know,
He verified.
I
And I'm
did.
like, huh?
So, you know, the dialogue started with my manager, Anthony, and, you know, later the opportunity was passed along to me to sort of, you know, continue, you know, working out the details. And Christine and the committee have just been great. We're excited to be here, and just what a great opportunity. And like I said, you know, it's really amazing how the power of the internet works, and that's ultimately what led me here to Kenya.
So this is to both of you. Christine, tell me about the jazz community in Kenya, and what is so special about them, because now you know, the Kenyan industry is picking up, you know, a few of these genres. People liking techno all of a sudden, and jazz and whatnot. So just give me some of the things that you love about the jazz community in Kenya, and then Phil can tell us, you know, the jazz community back home and how he can relate that to coming here to perform.
For me, it's been quite interesting. I came back about 2.5 years ago from the States, and I found that the jazz industry here is very young. But in the last year, since we did Jazz Under the Stars, not to say Jazz Under the Stars promoted jazz, but I've noticed such a fast growth in the jazz industry. There's a new fan base, and it's quite amazing, the fan base that we have for jazz. It's upward mobile professionals, people who are looking for the finer things in life. So it's a very fast growing industry. Actually, a press release addresses that. We have new bands, the Mwai and the Different Faces, and all these excellent bands that have come about. And I'm foreseeing the jazz industry growing to be really huge, to the extent of the South Africa Jazz Festival, Chicago Jazz Festival. So I think this is just a scratch of the first surface. There's yet more to come. And actually, we're looking at growing the jazz industry. Me and the team looking at doing one premium jazz festival every quarter, just to also promote the jazz industry growth in Kenya. So but you can't compare it, nothing close to what you have in the States, Phil.
How is the industry back home?
Certainly a lot of options, and I think, you know, the label jazz over the last few decades has certainly struggled, but you know, we've got great people, Wynton Marsalis and a host of others, Joshua Revin, that sort of are pioneers in helping to sort of rebirth, you know, that culture of music. And it's a great discipline for young kids, and you're seeing some of the budget cuts in our school systems affect the music programs, but you know, you have great outreach programs that help students, you know, to put instruments in their hands, and it's a great discipline for kids. You know, it keeps them off the computer, keeps them you know, on an agenda, and really, you know, holds them accountable for you know, practice and things like that, and just in general just creates, you know, a great person out of someone. So
I think every musician has a particular sound. Guys do not like to be huddled in one box. So what can you explain what your sound is?
You know, I have like you mentioned, a passionate sound. I'm really more of a feel and emotion player than I am a methodical or thought out player. I really try to pull from, you know, the experience at that moment in time, in you know, very sultry in ways, but yet it's still funky. It's got a backbeat to it. So.
So what are your expectations for the coming concert, Jazz Under the Stars?
It really is. It's wide open. You know, I haven't seen much of last year's footage, or you know, I've read certainly about some of the feedback from last year's concert. So this is really an open-minded experience. You know, we've seen the venue, the host venue, and really excited about that. It's a beautiful location. The stage is in place, so it's really going to help that area come to life. You know, live music does that. So we're just looking forward to putting on a great show. I've got the full band from the States here, and we're just excited to deliver. So
and talking to that, we just told Phil, just put out your best. Don't think about anything else. Just put out your best, because that's what this event is going to be about. It's going to be very energetic. I know people are worried about the cold. We're going to have lots of bonfires. So don't worry about the cold. Just come out and really enjoy a great experience.
Give us the place, For those guys who are just listening, they're like, I just want to listen to jazz, but I know where it is. Windsor,
It is Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club. Tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. You can get your tickets at Dorman's, all the Dorman's coffee locations.
Everywhere.
Ticket Sasa, Ticket Sasa,
Yes.
and also at the event. So if you don't manage to get an advance ticket, just go ahead and come to the event.
All right.
Tickets at 3,000 general admission,
Yes.
5,000 VIP.
Yes.
VIP will sell out. It did sell out last year, and you're getting a free cocktail by Shivaz, who's one of our sponsors. And obviously, Jungashu is the MC.
Yes.
Wonderful, awesome
KTN media sponsors.
KTN media sponsors, definitely.
Yes.
And I just want to take a minute or two just to thank our sponsors. Obviously, the Standard Group, you guys have been really supportive. KLM, we really thank you so much for your support, and all the other sponsors. Coco by Design is going to do all the decor. It's going to be beautiful out there.
I'm just picturing all that in my head. I'm like,
I know Shivaz is going to be there. Free tasters, free cocktails for the VIP.
Yes.
Chevrolet is there also, and Capito FM. We cannot forget to mention Capito FM for their sponsorship, and of course Windsor.
Phil, any last words before you give us one last one? They're requesting my you play just one last one. Any last words?
Just, like I said earlier, it's just such a great opportunity to be here and to be able to perform for not only the Kenyan audience, but, representatives from other countries within Africa, and people traveling in from outside of the area to shake hands with people, and of course to entertain them, and that's why we're here. So expect a very engaging performance. We like to think that the Phil Denny Show is very engaging and up close and personal as much as we can be.
Okay,
so
give us one last.
Cool.
It's soulful and passion and that is Phil Denny. He's going to be performing at the Jazz Under the Stars. You need to be there. Ticket Sasa, you can get your tickets there. Dorman's Cafes, all of them, you can get your tickets there, as Christine has said. So please be there at the Jazz Under the Stars. You will not be disappointed, I tell you.